Imagine stepping aboard a 60-meter sailboat as dawn breaks over the turquoise Caribbean, a vessel so vast it has its own crew of dozens. This is no ordinary boat race. This is the Saint, Barth's Bucket Regatta, often called the queen of all super yacht regattas. In Gustavia's idyllic harbor, dozens of sailing mega-yachts, floating mansions of carbon and steel, gather for one goal: bragging rights. In 2024, 35 super yachts lined up at the starting line, spanning a collective 1.5 kilometers of hull. The combined value of this armada easily tops $5 billion, making it one of the richest sailing events on Earth. By mid-morning, the island is alive with the spectacle. On-shore, luxury resorts and designer boutiques rise among the palms. Owners and guests disembark from ferries and tenders to their yachts, clutching morning coffee or champagne flutes. On deck, each racing yacht transforms from a floating villa into a finely tuned race machine. Crisp sails unfurl, taut lines snap under pressure, and radios hum with strategizing voices. The contrast is breathtaking, pure luxury set against the raw, untamed energy of high-stakes competition. Life on a mega yacht. It's a dream assignment and a nightmare of work. Below decks, the ship never sleeps. Deckhands practice maneuvers and hoist sails in pre-dawn darkness. Engineers watch generators and engines like lifelines, and the entire interior staff polishes, dusts, and scrubs every surface until the yacht suites and salons gleam. The hospitality team handles every guest's needs down to the last detail, greeting arrivals with lavender-scented towels and serving elaborate 8-course dinners in the evening. As luxury yacht experts explain, the interior department is responsible for everything on board: guest service and entertainment, event planning, laundry, and even financial administration. Everyone works long, brutal hours. A junior steward, EESS, with no experience, might spend her first bucket week vacuuming carpets at dawn and arranging silverware by candlelight, a true test of endurance and attention to detail. Only after mastering those chores does she serve cocktails to millionaires. Chief stewardesses become maestros of social detail, orchestrating everything from cocktail hours to late-night bonfires on the beach. As veteran chief stewardess Charlotte Blakey puts it, working on these yachts is fast-paced and demanding, but the teamwork makes it challenging but so rewarding. In the galley, the pressure is equally intense. A yacht chef isn't just a cook. They must hold a merchant marine cook certification, a rigorous license ensuring they can feed dozens of people in any condition. They prep fresh ingredients hours in advance and might even carve ice sculptures of caviar while the yacht heels hard under sail. Down below, the engineers are the unsung heroes, keeping it all running. Plumbing, electrical, engines, fuel systems, stabilizers, water makers, internet and AV gear. You name it. In practice, there's no problem too small for them. A blocked toilet, a broken door, or even a busted espresso machine must be fixed immediately at sea. As one industry guide notes, many tasks can feel mundane, but the pay and pride of keeping a super yacht alive are enormous. All these crew members train like professional athletes. Months before the bucket, teams rehearse safety drills, practice man-overboard recoveries, and pore over weather models and race strategy. By regatta week, the boat is a finely tuned machine. Every brass fitting gleams and every sail is trim and aligned. Behind every win and every race victory is countless unseen preparation. Battle stations. When race day arrives, the chaos intensifies. Before dawn, crews swarm the decks, trimming sails and double-checking instruments. At exactly 11 a.m., the horn blows and the world's richest sailors head upwind. Every tack and jibe is choreographed. When one yacht veers for a puff of breeze, all eyes follow. Captains make split-second calls on which side of the course to fly, and the rivalry is fierce. Back on shore, support teams work frantically. Top sailmakers like North Sails have even flown in a complete loft from Europe, bringing everything they need literally from floor to ceiling to service the fleet on site. Their crew works around the clock, repairing any rips, tears, or fails throughout the regatta. It's brutal work, but when asked where they'd rather be, every one of them says nowhere else. On board, the engineers and deckhands sprint from task to task. Every winch is locked, every hull check is done. There's no idle moment. Even a tiny mistake can cost a place in the standings. By late afternoon, the last finish gun sounds. The racing might be over for the day, but the adrenaline lingers. In the end, Bucket Regatta wins no prize money. There isn't any. The trophy is a plain engraved silver bucket, but it offers pure glory and bragging rights. A global sailing spectacle. Bucket Regatta may be unique, but it sits alongside other legendary events on the luxury sailing calendar. In summer, skippers chase the America's Cup, the oldest trophy in sport. Today's cup features radical foiling yachts that can exceed 40 knots. Even then, it's said that sailors can sense an extra 1 to 2 knots of breeze by sight alone. A phenomenal skill, as commentators put it. On bucket yachts, the speeds are lower, but the need for finesse is no less real. Each September in Monaco, the harbor becomes a giant floating exhibition. Over 120 gleaming super yachts crowd Port Hercules, while more than 560 companies display the latest in yacht design and technology. The Monaco Yacht Show is basically Fashion Week for mega yachts. Cutting-edge designs, hybrid systems, and custom gadgets parade past a jet-set crowd. It reaffirms Monaco as the world's premier super yacht event and a showcase for yachting excellence. Back in the Med, each early June, the Loro Piana Super Yacht Regatta kicks off the season in style. Off Porto Cervo, a dozen racing yachts, from ultralight performance models to classic cruisers, thrill spectators. After racing each day, the onshore scene is as elegant as the sport. Welcome parties, a pre-sale cocktails, and owners' dinners under the stars. In every one of these events, from Sardinia to St. Barths, the sense of community and exuberant atmosphere is second to none. Owners and crews share more than victory. They share a lifestyle of adventure, luxury, and friendship at sea. St. Barths, the billionaires' playground. With all its natural beauty, St. Barths is best known for exclusivity. The appeal? An irresistible combination of seclusion and prestige, notes E.L. Pius. Powdery white beaches, emerald coves, and lush hills surround the island. But it's the luxury that wows. Duty-free boutiques selling Hermès, Louis Vuitton, and Cartier, 5-star hotels on clifftops, and world-class spas and restaurants. Gustavia's harbor is a movie set of super yachts glittering under the sky each evening. Even the journey there keeps it exclusive. St. Barths has no major airport. Visitors fly to St. Martin and then endure a short hop on a tiny turboprop or a ferry. This inconvenience ensures that only the rich and well-connected arrive effortlessly. The result is total privacy. On any given day, you might see Heidi Klum shopping or Michael Jordan lounging on a beach without a paparazzo in sight. Locals joke that the true green zone is not the forest, but the US dollar. It might as well be the island's official currency. For the wealthy, nothing rivals St. Barths, a Caribbean paradise where luxury shopping by day meets exclusive beachfront parties by night. Spirit and legacy. And yet, for all its wealth, Bucket Regatta retains the soul of a fun-loving festival. It began in 1987 as an impromptu race off Nantucket, loosely organized just for fun by a handful of owners and captains. Back then, only 7 to 8 boats competed. The entry fee was $300 per boat, and the trophy was a simple silver bucket scrounged from an antique shop. It was never about money, just racing for the hell of it. Decades later, the rules have changed. Larger boats, safety regulations. But the ethos remains. It's always been the spirit that counts. In 1995, a few of those original bucket enthusiasts brought the regatta to St. Barths. Since then, it has grown into a winter legend. And no matter how advanced the yachts become, one tradition holds. After racing, the entire fleet gathers for beachside clambakes, toasting the sunset with champagne. In the bucket's own words, "In the spirit of the bucket, we are all winners." Everyone who participates becomes part of the story. Epilogue: Wind in the Future. As the sun sets on each bucket regatta week, the mega yachts head back to sea or the shipyard, but the memories remain. For a fleeting moment, millions of dollars in boats become one family of sailors on the water. The roar of the engines quiets, replaced by laughter and tales of near misses and heroic tacks. The legacy of the bucket endures, a mix of speed and spectacle, but above all, the camaraderie and romance of sailing at its wildest. It's proof that when you combine luxury and adventure, the best stories truly happen between sunset and sunrise on the open ocean. And as the sun sets over St. Bartholomew and the last champagne bottles are popped aboard billion-dollar yachts, one thing becomes clear. This isn't just a race, it's a statement, a symbol of legacy, status, and a life lived beyond imagination. But now we want to hear from you. Which yacht impressed you the most? Would you ever step aboard one of these floating palaces? Hit like if this video took you somewhere new. Subscribe for more ultra-luxury deep dives. And don't forget to tap the bell. Because next time, we're going even deeper into the world where money is no object, and time is the only luxury that matters.